Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to start lecture 5 on the last leaf. Let's start it. You don't have to buy anything for me, said Johnsy. She still looked out the window. There goes another. No, I don't want anything to eat. Now there are 4. I want to see the last one fall before night. Then I'll go to look at this paragraph of this part that we are going to study today. That is very depressing, and it is telling us the inner feelings or psychological feelings of Johnsy, that she has given up. She has given up the fight. You don't have to buy anything for me, said Johnsy. She is basically rejecting Sue's care and support. What Sue is offering her, what support or care Sue is offering her, she is not accepting it. She is rejecting it because she has lost hope. And uh, her comments or her answer or what she's saying to Johnsy shows that she has lost interest in life and she does not want to survive. She has lost interest in her survival. And she no longer values food for recovery, even when she says that I don't want to eat anything. All right. Then she still look out the window. Her focus is still on the window. Her focus is on the tree, and it is continued. And that continuity or that continued action is showing her obsession because she is mentally detached from reality. And she has attached herself to something that is not real, and that is falling leaves. And then she says, there goes another, right? So there goes another. Now there are 4. So she's continuously counting them. She's counting the leaves, how many leaves are falling and how many leaves are left. So this action of her is reinforcing the idea that she sees her life as directly connected to them, but that is not real. That is not reality. I want to see the last. Then she says, if you see, then she says, there are 4. I want to see the last one fall before night, and I will go too. So she's connecting it to the falling of leaves. And if you see, this is very powerful, very tragic statement given by Johnsy. Johnsy has accepted death and she is waiting for death. The phrase I'll go too is suggesting that she believes her life will end with the last leaf. When the last leaf falls, she will also die. Do you think that is reality? That we should do like that? We should not do like that, but we do in certain conditions, in certain situations. We also follow the same lines. We connect ourselves to something that is not real, that has nothing to do with certain happenings. Johnson's dear, said Sue, will you promise me to close your eyes and keep them closed? She's asking questions. She is affirming something, right? So then she says, will you promise not to look out a window until I finish working? So she is affirming something. I must have this picture ready tomorrow. She's also doing work. She's also supporting her, Sue. Sue's character is very energetic. She is exemplary, and it is the epitome of sacrifice and loyalty. I need the light. I can't cover the window. So here, Sue says that she asked something to do. She is trying to protect Johnsy by asking her not to look at the leaves, because if she keeps on doing, obviously she's going to lose hope completely. This shows care, urgency, and emotional intelligence shown by Sue. And then she says that, will you promise not to look out the window until I finish working? Now she's trying to show, or she is trying to use her relationship with Johnsy, and she's trying to stop her not to look at the tree, not to count the leaves. And she is ensuring it that if Johnsy cares, and she wants that he has to complete some work, so she is going to help her. And she gives, this is a practical excuse that she has to um, complete her work tonight. And she is hiding her real intention by showing this practical excuse. She wants to distract Johnsy and prevent her from watching the leaves. That is her main reason to say that. Then we move forward. Couldn't you work in the other room? Asked Johnsy coldly. Now look at Johnsy's response. It is totally opposite to, contrary to the response or to the behavior shown by Sue. Coldly. She is showing her cold shoulder. She is not showing any kind of interest. Here it looks that she is she looks selfish. But I'd rather be here by you, said Sue. But Sue's response is totally opposite. She has not, she does not mind it the way Johnsy has responded to her. So she rejects her suggestion that she should go to other room. And I don't want you to look at these leaves. And she is affirming it, that you should not look at those leaves, and I don't, and I will protect you. I will I will be on the way. I'll be stopping you not to do that silly thing that you are doing, that you are losing hope. I'll not let you do that. So Johnson's tone, if you see, is distant, it is cold. That shows emotional withdrawal. She's no longer responsive to Sue's concern because she has given up the hope. Then she say, I'd rather be here for you. Sue says this. Sue's reply shows loyalty, companionship, and she refuses to leave Johnsy alone in such a crucial condition. She's not losing hope. And I don't want you to look at those leaves. And she directly expresses her concern now. She understands that the leaves are negatively affecting Johnsy's mindset. So she wants her to move her attention from something else. Tell me as soon as you have finished, said Johnsy. So Johnson's response is same as it was, and she says that even while she closed her eyes and lay white and still. She closes her eyes and she tells her to tell her when she finishes it. Then she says, because I want to see the last life fall. I have done enough thinking. I want to go sailing down, down like one of those leaves. So even while she has closed her eyes, Jhansi does not change her focus. Her focus is still on the falling leaves. And this thing shows how deeply rooted her belief is, how strongly she is believing in it. And she says that I want to see the last leaf falling. This line emphasizes her obsession and fatalism. And then Jhansi, when she says that I want to go sailing down, down like one of those leaves, so you see that Jhansi is mentally exhausted. She feels there's nothing left to live for. She has given up everything, and her words, her actions are showing the same. And she says, I want to go sailing down, down like one of those leaves. So this is a poetic image, but that image is very tragic. Jhansi is comparing her death to a falling leaf, and that suggests her practical surrender to death. Now we'll move forward. Try to sleep, said Sue. See, Sue is still persistent. What she is doing, she says, Sue continues to encourage rest and recovery, showing patience and care. I must call Berman to come up here. I want to paint a man in this picture, and I'll make him look like Berman. I won't be gone a minute. I won't be gone a minute. Don't try to move till I come back. So Sue introduces Berman, another character, the most important character, if we see in the story, because he is the person who is going to sacrifice his life for Jhansi. And Sue is showing or giving another excuse to bring him in. It also connects art with real life, a recurring theme. And she says that she reassures Jhansi that she will come very quick, and she shows concern and urgency, and don't try to move till I come back. This highlights Jhansi's fragile physical condition and Sue's protective nature. He does not want her to move because she cannot move. Whatever she needs, Sue is going to help her out. So now we'll move further. Let's see different literary techniques which are used in this part. See, we have been talking about symbolism throughout the story. The leaves continue to function as a powerful symbol of life and death here. For Jhansi, each falling leaf is representing a step closer to her own death. Her desire to see the last leaf fall is symbolizing her complete surrender to despair. The comparison of her life to a falling leaf basically represents fragility and inevitability, that there is nothing to do, it is going to happen. And it's also reinforcing the central theme of the last leaf, that is that you should not lose hope. You have to show strength. You should not feel despair. Then if you see imagery here, we'll find a very strong phrase, sailing down, down, like one of those leaves. This line is creating vivid visual imagery. You can view it. You can make a picture in your mind, in front of your eyes even. It presents death as gentle and peaceful. It is present. They see how the leaves are falling. They are falling as they are sailing. And when you sail, there is no sound. It is very gentle. So here we are presenting that death is very gentle and it is very peaceful. It brings peace and it is not violent. There is no violence in death. That makes Jhansi's acceptance of death even more tragic, that she is dying and she thinks that it will be very peaceful, it will be very gentle. So the repeated references to the window and falling leaves build a continuous visual scene of decline and decay, right? Then you see dialogues. We have been talking about it, that Henry has mastered it, that he is narrating a story with the help of adding dialogues from by the characters. So that makes the emotional tension immediate and realistic. Through conversation, we readers clearly see Jhansi is hopeless and Sue is trying her best to save her. We have to accept her efforts. We have to praise her efforts. She is not losing hope. She is not her blood relative. She is her just a friend. But how she is doing 110% honest effort. So, O. Henry is using, or he uses simple but powerful dialogue. And with the help of these simple and powerful dialogues, he reveals deep psychological states. See, in previous story, The Telltale Heart, we were also talking about uh, a psychological state of our narrator. And here, see, we don't have narrator. We are having our characters who are speaking, who are performing certain actions, or we, through their dialogues, we are getting familiar with their psychological conditions. Then we see again there is a strong contrast between our characters, Sue and Jhansi. It's very strong contrast. Both are, if you see, Jhansi is passive as she was in the last part two. She's hopeless and she's ready to die. And in contrast, you see, Sue is very active. She's very hopeful and she is very determined to save her. Both are moving in opposite directions. So this contrast highlights the theme of hope versus despair. This hope and despair theme you will find almost throughout the story, and that emphasizes the importance of emotional support. You can help someone emotionally. You can support someone. It is not necessary that financial support is important. Even you can help people without money. Emotional and psychological help support, that creates difference. And if you see tone and mood of this part, it is again the same. It is deeply tragic, it is emotional, and its tone is tragic, emotional, very deep, and mood is tense and sorrowful. We are feeling tense. There is no humor in it. It is very serious condition, serious and grave situation that we are going through in this story right now. Jhansi's Jhansi is very calm and she has accepted her death. And that her calmness, her acceptance of death creates a quiet but powerful sense of despair. And but contrary to that, Sue's reaction or her actions, they introduce a subtle undercurrent of hope. We feel that still there is hope. Something good is going to happen. There is a chance that Jhansi may be protected. She may come out of that disease. She may survive. Now, if you see critical analysis, we see that this passage is intensifying the psychological conflict at the heart of the story. Johnson's belief that her life deeper depends on the falling leaves reflects how despair can lead to irrational thinking. It is not rational at all. It is not logical. How is it possible the leaves are falling and they have certain impact on your life? And basically, she is destroying herself. It is self-destructing. By thinking like that, we can destroy ourselves. We consume ourselves due to such kind of irrational thinking. And her calm acceptance of death is more disturbing for us. It is more disturbing than fear. That how calmly she is accepting it, as it reflects complete emotional surrender. She has surrendered it, she has given up. If you see symbolically, the falling leaves represent the fragile nature of life. Life is like falling leaves. You can die at any time. You can, your life can be finished at any time. While Johnson's identification with them highlights her loss of individuality and hope. But in contrast, there is totally opposite picture. Sue's actions represent resilience, they represent care, they represent human desire, and whatever she is doing to protect other people. She is not protecting herself. She's not taking those actions for herself. Rather, whatever she is doing for someone else, for her friend. And it shows that she is loyal, she is sincere. Such kind of friends are very rare in society. So the introduction of we see that another character is introduced, Behrman, and that introduction hints at a turning point in the narrative. There is a turning point. This is a twist. Through simple dialogue and powerful symbolism, a writer, O. Henry, focuses that the greatest danger is not illness, but the loss of the will to survive, but the loss of the will to live. Now, if we see the style of O. Henry, obviously it is continuous. It is there. You'll find continuity. And if you see in this passage, you will find that a writer has used very simple language, but the language is direct, and there is emotional strength in the language. The language is emotionally charged. And that simple, direct, and emotionally charged language reflects the last leaf's focus on psychological realism. The story is basically focusing on psychological reality, how your psychological realism affects your life. The use of short dialogues. You see, dialogues are not very long, they are short. And you can see, like, there goes another. Now there are four, and I'll go two. That creates immediacy, and it reveals Johnson's fragile mental state without lengthy description. O. Henry employs repetition, last leaf, to emphasize obsession, while symbolism, the falling leaves, conveys deeper themes of life and death. The language contains plain yet evocative. It makes the emotions accessible, and the contrast between Johnson's cold, detached tone and Sue's warm, caring speech highlights the conflict between despair and hope. Contrast is going on, conflict is going on. We always see that there has been a conflict and contrast between two different feelings and emotions, ideas, themes. Overall, if you see, the style is blending simplicity with symbolic depth, and that style allows ordinary dialogue, common dialogue, to carry profound meaning. Dialogues are very common, the dialogues are very simple, but they carry very deep meaning. That is the beauty of Henry's writing style. So we can conclude this passage that it marks a critical emotional peak in the story. We are going towards climax. It highlights Jones's complete despair and Sue's unwavering support. She is not, she's very persistent. She is resilient, and through symbolism, imagery, and dialogue, with the help of these three, symbolism, imagery, and dialogue, it this paragraph or this passage reinforces the central message that hope is essential for survival. If you lose hope, you're gone, you're dead, you are a loser. If you want to become a winner, if you want to become a survival, if you want to win the battle, you have to keep the hope alive at any cost, whatever comes on your way, while also preparing for the story's turning point. This is, see, we have introduced another character, and we are moving towards the turning point. It is, you can say that the twist starts from here. Till now, we finished lecture 5, and if you have any questions, you can ask me, you can write in comments, even you can inbox me. Don't try asking questions, focus on the lecture, and I hope that you will understand it, as I have tried my best to make it as simple as I can. Thank you for watching.